Welcome to the inaugural episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter for 2013. In this episode, we're going to talk about the big controversy of 2012. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. Mike Boroff here. As with me always, to my left, your right, is Richard Catterjohn.
Hello.
Hey, here it is, 2013. We survived the apocalypse.
Oh, definitely. No Mayan prophecy come true.
I was a little disappointed. I sat there with my clock. I was waiting for the tremble. I mean, we even got a blizzard.
Yeah, I know, and that kind of fizzled too. So
it was almost like it. You know, we got the day before or the day after tomorrow, but we didn't get the movie 2012. You know, what was?
Oh well.
No John Cusack running past the house. I waited for him. He's like, "You're gonna save me," but we survived, which is ironic because if you think about it, 2012. You know. We survived, but the Twinkie didn't.
Oh, definitely, and Host is totally gone.
I know. How did we as a society survive and the Twinkie didn't? That shit, it blows my mind. But speaking of things that didn't survive 2012, hopefully by now, if you watch the show, you already know what we're going to be talking about. Amazing Spider-Man issue 700.
The Marvel Now.
Oh, just I don't even know where to start with this. By now you know, because it's one of those things that has broadened out even beyond the comic book community. It's hit mainstream media, unless you've lived under a rock.
Heck, it was on CNN.
It was on CNN. So unless you've been stuck in your panic room for fear of the 2013 apocalypse. Come on out. And guess what you have? The death of Peter Parker.
Well, sort of.
Sort of. The Marvel, like you like to put it, the Marvel death of Peter Parker. God damn it! Why?
You know, they're trying to make the comics more hip, I guess. I mean, a villain becoming a hero. Ooh.
Yes.
I mean, we did it once before with Gambit. I mean,
yeah.
Let's try it all over again.
I get the story behind it, I just don't like the execution. My biggest problem with it is, when it comes to Spider-Man, I've always read Spider-Man not because of Spider-Man, not because of the mask, not because of the villains, not because of supporting characters, but because of Peter Parker. Almost any comic book I've ever read since I was little, Peter Parker has always been the most relatable character to me, that I felt related to me. Geeky, awkward, good upbringing, sense of morality. You know, I read Peter, I see that he has bad days, I have bad days. You know, no matter how powerful he is, he's got the Parker luck. I related to the character, and that's why I read the book.
And you got the ultimate. With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. That was always been the driving force.
I mean, Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. And my problem with it is I understand the idea of Marvel Now, like you said, is to keep it fresh. I think they kind of harken back a little bit. They took inspiration from DC with the DCU, the new DCU, which I thought is a great idea. Let's restart everything so that way we can get new readers,
new number ones. One sell better than anything else.
Exactly. Exactly.
Unless it's a death.
Let's bring in new readers, which is great. I'm all for that. But Marvel's idea is like, all right, we're going to do the same thing. Marvel Now, we're going to reboot everything down to issue number 1, make a good stepping place for new readers. And what do? They kill their most beloved character.
Yeah, but they're still going with Spider-Man still there, though.
Is Spider-Man still there? And the other problem is the idea that it's Doc Ock inside the body. I don't care. Is pretty much what it boils down to. Doc Ock, good villain, don't care. If the writers were to create a Doc Ock standalone issue, I'll pass over. I don't care. So I have a character that I don't care about in the body of a character that I really love. Yeah, I'm going to buy that.
Well, they're kind of, I think what they did is they actually watched the movie number 2, the second Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With Dr. Octopus, because technically he wasn't even a villain in there.
No, he was one of that. See, that's what always makes the greatest villains is the character who's doing what he's doing because he feels it's right. And I believe.
I mean, I'm thinking that's what they're trying to bring back, a little bit. They're trying to say that he was this I don't know. And then he wants to write himself.
Right.
But I don't know.
But the truth is, he didn't. It wasn't until Peter mind melded him with the little robot that he felt that way. If that hadn't happened, Doc Ock would still be Doc Ock, just in the costume. It was a douche machina where it was just like, well, we need to make him relatable and we need to make him endearing. So we're gonna take what you did love and just kind of like thrust it into it.
And then he has like Peter's memories, which is freaky.
Yeah, that's
the whole sequence in the issue where they went back and went through everything, especially when, you know, the marriage to Aunt May and stuff. I mean,
I have never cringed. I've never felt so bad for a comic book character than I did that moment that Peter Parker had to relive. Doc Ock and Aunt May.
God, I still remember picking that up off the shelf, the original.
Oh, and thanks for making us relive it too. Thanks a lot. That was a memory that. And poor Peter, just. But let's be honest. I mean, let's be fair. Let's go with the pros. Right. Here's the thing. I didn't like the book. Surprise. It's not that I didn't like the writing. Dan Slott did a fantastic job of writing the story. I just didn't like the story. But the pros to it too, there was, for me, the scene that made the entire book was when Peter first when Peter first dies.
Oh yeah.
The moment in let's just be honest, in heaven
yeah.
with everybody that's been in his life. It
was interesting.
Oh, I'm almost half tempted, honestly, to buy another issue of the book.
Oh, don't do that.
And rip the pages out and just have that story, because that Gwen Stacy, Captain Stacy, Mara Jameson, his mom and dad, Uncle Ben. God, that was beautiful. That honestly, those few pages were some of the best Spider-Man story I've ever read. I loved it.
It seemed like a Joss Whedon moment.
It did. Oh, that was a Josh Whedon moment. It was almost like in like 1 second you heard Peter Parker say, "I'm a leaf in the wind." Boom! And then you had that. It's just that was a great moment. I like that. And did I think the writing was bad? No, the writing, like I said, was good. I don't like this story arc. I don't like where it's going. And we'll have to tie this in. I finished reading 700 with dread and contempt, but with a spark of hope. I really did.
Hopefully it's just a story arc.
Yes.
It's some kind of marketing scheme, get people back in.
Exactly, but I think what ruined it for me was also, after reading that, going straight to the latest issue of Avenging Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do, we're going to be too late. You've already done it.
If you picked up 15.1.
If you finished reading 700 and you still have a little glimmer of hope, don't read 15.1, because it will kill it. And granted, Dan Slott did not write this, but you can't tell me he didn't read it before it hit the shelves. I mean, this is his baby. This is his story. And because pretty much what it boiled down to was, we end 700 with the idea that we have Peter's soul embedded in the intelligence of Doc Ock, who is in the body of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think I got that right.
Yeah, you got it right. I got it right. Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, okay, this is going to be interesting. He's going to develop. And then you read 15.1 and you're like, this is crap. Yeah. It's like whatever Dan Slott took one step forward at the end of 700, and Avenging Spider-Man 15.1 took 2 steps back. I really did. I finished reading it and went, I'm done. But what was it about the book that you liked?
Well, like I said, I really didn't even like it myself.
But, boy, kind of set me up for that one. It was
like I said,
I was really hoping he did, because that was it. The heaven thing, that was it. That was all I got.
Yeah, I've been reading Spider-Man since basically the beginning, because I went back. I started with around 98, and then I went back and I read all the Marvel tales. So
yes,
I've been reading Spider-Man basically from 1 on. You know,
Yeah.
Because I've got all the Marvel Tales that which caught me up to where I was. I mean, yeah, those were some wild years back in the
Oh,
original
yeah, I mean,
70s,
everybody's-
you know.
yeah, every
And then
issue's got-
they changed. And Spider-Man's been Spider-Man. And then, we had the movies. And then we had the newest movie, which to me was a great... The newest one was better than all to me. You know.
I gotta agree. I finally got the
You
chance
finally got to watch it,
I
so-
finally, here it is, 2013. Mike finally got to watch a movie. Yay! I really did. I went into Amazing Spider-Man going, man, and I left it going, rewind. I really do. I want to watch that again. Not that I don't like the first two movies.
Yeah.
The first two movies, I really did. I enjoyed them. But I loved Amazing Spider-Man. That stuck more to the comic book.
Then, yeah.
Because even family members who sat around with me and who indulge in my comic bookness, who love the movies too, who watched the first movies, they looked at me and went, "Well, who's the blonde girl?" And I went, "It's going to get nerdy up in here for a moment." Gwen Stacy, and that's all they really needed to know was, no. There was Gwen Stacy before Mary Jane. Well, why'd they put Mary Jane in the movies? I don't know.
Because that's what they did.
Because Kristen Dunst was owed a favor. I don't know.
She worked as MJ, though. I mean,
She did. I am not knocking at all her performance as MJ. It was a great performance, but I really did. Man. And it doesn't hurt the fact that our new Spider-Man was in 2 episodes of Doctor Who. Yay!
But it kept, like I said, the momentum was rolling.
It was.
And I thought they could do a lot of great things with Spider-Man.
I did
Especially
too.
coming up, 700 was coming. We already
Yes.
knew it was coming up. He was going to be fighting Doc Ock again. You figured the Sinister Six was getting back together.
Mhm.
We had all those rumors, so we go, this is going to be a great time. You're going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
up 700. Then we're going to start all over with another number 1.
Yep.
With somebody else.
Yeah. Summed it up right there. Really, because, how do you explain that to people who watched Amazing Spider-Man, are intrigued by it? Well, you know what? Everybody's going on about how great comic books are. The movies are fantastic. Maybe this is a time for me to get in the comic books. I'm going to go out and I'm going to pick up Amazing Spider-Man. And then they pick it up and went, what the? What? Wait a minute. I'm buying your book. The movies inspired me to buy your book, but you're killing.
This isn't the same character.
This isn't the same character.
I mean, it was bad enough that the Ultimate line was somebody else.
Now, see, this is another reason why I will give Superior Spider-Man a shot. I'm stubborn. If anybody knows me, I am a stubborn man. I absolutely adored Ultimate Spider-Man. God, it was one of the first books in years that while I was reading it, I was going, you know what I mean? The dialogue, the character, everything about Ultimate Spider-Man I loved. And what did they do? They knocked off Peter Parker. And guess what I did? I stopped buying. I really did. Again, because it wasn't Spider-Man. It wasn't the universe. It was Peter Parker.
Well, yeah.
And when they finished, I was done. The best moment for me of Ultimate Spider-Man was at the funeral when Aunt May bitch slaps Captain America. Because you know what? She wasn't just bitch slapping Captain America. That was me bitch slapping the Ultimate Universe for killing Peter Parker. I was like, thank you, Aunt May. You couldn't have said it any better myself. And I stopped reading it, and do I regret it? Monetarily, no. It was one less book I had to buy each week. But I have been told over and over again that the new character who's taken over the reins of Spider-Man, he's not in his body. Totally
No.
separate person. That's
Yeah.
fine. It has been fantastic.
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good.
Do I regret not reading them? Yes. Will, when I have some extra pocket change, pick up the graphic novels? I want to. I really do. I want to
but
see what I've been
It's
missing.
confusing to me in the graphic novels because the Ultimate Universe is so tied together right at the moment.
Oh, well, okay, there we go. I'm not going to read that.
You might have to buy all of them really to understand what's going on because there's this whole little war going on and stuff. I mean, not just a little war, a big war.
You're right.
So it's a little different right now. If you've been reading Ultimates, you're sticking with Ultimates. If not, it's hard to get in right now.
I did. My taste in Ultimates really went downhill after the death of Peter Parker, and I think that wasn't just specifically because of that. The rest of the universe just kind of
It fell apart.
it fell apart.
And seriously, a big war going on, so hopefully things will get around. Captain America is actually the president now, so. But that's another whole episode in itself. But
But no, the moral of the story is, do I regret being so stubborn that when the character that I love was killed off and stopping buying the book? Yes. Should I have picked up a couple issues of Ultimate Spider-Man after it happened? Yes, I should have. Will I take that lesson and apply it towards Superior Spider-Man?
A lot of people must, because it's already sold out.
Good golly, Miss Molly. But no, I'll sum it up to you like this. If fate wants me to have, I'm not putting it on my pull list. If fate wants me to have those first few issues, I will get those first few issues. I will come into the comic book store here at Alter Ego, and I will pick up those issues. If it's sold out, it wasn't meant to be. In like a few months' time, will I kick myself when I hear people going, "Oh my God, you stopped reading it? It sounded horrible, but it worked." I will kick myself. I sure will. But I just, Doc, I don't care. Some of the stuff that they alluded to in Avenging Spider-Man that I did kind of like. Okay, we'll go pro again. I did like the revelation that Doc Ock had, because he's got the ego and I'm the greatest scientist ever. Then he realizes I'm the greatest scientist ever. He kept beating me. Crap, maybe I was okay. But here's the thing is though, if the idea that they wanted to make a villain have that revelation and go good, make him somebody else.
Just keep him in his body.
Just keep him in his body, and all of a sudden we've got the superior Doc Ock. Make a change. Would have been a fantastic.
Like in the movie. Doc Ock at the very end of the movie, he decided that he was wrong, took the explosion thing, and jumped in the ocean.
He sacrificed himself. That was fantastic.
To me, that was.
God bless you, Alfred Molina. That was fantastic.
That was a good story.
That was a fantastic story, and it had one of the classic Sam Raimi. When they're in the coffee shop, the wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, love that. That was.
He didn't start out as like a villain either.
No, he
just
didn't.
Went kind of insane.
His arms, subliminally,
Yeah. That's Doc Ock in my mind. That was the perfect interpretation of Doc Ock.
Here you go. Nice little juxtaposition. Here you go. You have Spider-Man 2. You had a good character whose robotic arms kind of turned him bad. Amazing Spider-Man, you have a character who's evil, whose little Octobot with Peter Parker's conscience makes him good. But you know what? You know what the difference is? Spider-Man 2 worked. Amazing Spider-Man doesn't work. Don't like it. Not gonna care. I don't. God. It really does, and it's not an Elseworld story. It's not 6-1. Marvel Universe 617. It's really, I will give it a chance.
Just play it out, see what happens.
Because we all know.
Because I think we bashed DC 52.
We did. Oh, it's just a scam. It's just a way to get people.
And it was, but that's beside the point.
That's beside the point.
And that's what this is too. This is just good marketing built into a nice story.
Yes. Which, by the way, guy, I still just off top. Oh, still love. Love you. Wow. I still love Aquaman. Okay, sorry, off topic. Aquaman still rocks. Off topic. It just. Moral of the story: will I buy the first couple issues of Superior? I did. While I'm thinking about the other pro is I like the idea that Doc Ock sees Parker's potential. I like the idea that I'm not saying tweaking the costume. But some of the stuff that they've alluded to that he's going to make augmentations to the Spider-Man costume, really, it made sense. Because you think to yourself, well, man, Peter Parker is a genius, and whenever he's confronted with a villain, he's always able to come up with a gadget that helps him, get through it. Why doesn't he just... I'm not talking the Iron Spider,
No.
that we saw back in it, but little touches, like why doesn't he do something more scientific with the visor? Why doesn't he...
Well, he was always limited, too. He had no cash.
This is true. God damn it.
Now he's an Avenger,
Yeah.
and he has a job with the tech corporation.
That's the ultimate karma. For years, it was always Peter Parker, the Parker luck. No matter what he did or what he tried, everything just went bad for him. Well, guess what? We got teased with what would happen if Peter Parker had good luck. Everything started to work for him, and what happens?
Yeah.
Dead.
You know, at least he ran out of web fluid. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's my analogy of what really happened. He
Yeah.
finally ran out of web fluid and missed the launch.
Yeah. That, yeah.
That's how I always thought Spider-Man would end. He'd be fighting somebody, he's trying to run through, and he missed the building, and boom!
Yeah. And to me, it just... It wasn't... The other thing that bothers me is it wasn't a heroic death.
No.
We
Well, I
were
never really thought he would, like I said. But...
Well, yeah, but not even that. It wasn't even bad.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't, like, saving...
No, it wasn't even bad luck. It was just... And the other thing that bothered me, for as much as I liked the scene in heaven, it was like we were robbed. Because we get this fantastic scene of Uncle Ben saying, it's not your time. You need to go back there and do something heroic, save the day.
But he didn't.
He didn't. Nothing happened. That's a
So-
huge plot hole. That nothing happened.
Or is this just a big setup for something else bigger?
That's possible. But, I felt a little robbed by that. We had this great speech by Uncle Ben. You get in there, Buster, and you buck up and you save the day. And what's he do? You're coming with me, Doc. I'm going to kill you. If I'm going to die, I'm taking you with me so you don't hurt any...
And one little thing on the whole thing was Paste Pot Pete.
Oh.
Whole little part in it. I thought that was hilarious. I'm sorry, but I've always liked him as a character because
yeah.
he was a nothing character, and he kept coming back, and he was there till the end.
Yeah, your friendly neighborhood Doc Ock when he got patched up. Yeah, like I said, there were moments, but I just. And another thing I thought was a plot hole was, okay, the idea that the golden knockbox had Peter Parker's consciousness in it, but it couldn't penetrate the skull because he had the mask on, he was prepared. So the intelligence didn't go through, but yet the emotion went through. So you're telling me that the intelligent part, the brains of Peter Parker were on a hard line, but the emotion was on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's just like I said, it's just a story to get people to read.
And you know what? He succeeded. You know why? Because we're talking about it. We're not helping
Yep.
it. I'm done. I don't like you. It just, man, it's just, it's one of those things where, okay, example, Superman. If they tried this crap, pretty much if they tried this crap with any other
Didn't they
book.
do it with Superman with Lex Luthor?
Did they do a mind swap?
Yeah, but that was during the 50s, back when they were mind swapping everybody.
But
Crypto switched brains with him.
Oh dear God! Yes, let's take lessons from 50s comic books. But no, it's just my point is when you take a beloved character and you do what you did to him and expect people to want more, it's not going to work. It's like, well, let's. And it wasn't, at least Superman had the dignity when they killed him off and he came back, but at least when they had the decency of killing him. Let's have other people. That would have been something else. If Peter Parker had died, if Spider-Man Peter Parker had died and Doc Ock felt guilty and wanted to carry on the mantle,
Yeah, it might have been a little different.
it might have been a little different, but I
don't see that though. I still don't see that.
I don't, because there's certain things that really creep me out. One of them is, like you said, when we the flashback of poor Peter having to relive Aunt May and
then the MJ part when he wanted her to say tiger.
Come on, say what you always say. That was the creepy pervert equivalent of call me daddy. Come on, Red, call me daddy. It's like say the line, baby. Oh, that was so creepy and rapey, and it just. And then later on, when they kissed,
I think that's the whole part of this that's not going to work right. I think it's because this is too not. You got like an older guy being stuck in this younger guy's mind and this stuff. I mean,
yeah. What was the line? Who still says? Not shenanigans, but it was like.
Yeah.
It's like who still says whippersnapper and quiet you, or it was just it was.
It's one of them things.
It's one of them.
And he was saying about some of the tweets you saw.
Here's the other thing I don't get was there was so much controversy when One More Day came out. The idea that Peter Parker's life got reset.
Yeah, he slipped in the bathtub, woke up. I mean, no.
Yeah, 1.21 gigabytes. But there was so much outcry, nerd outcry, that his life got started over. Well, his life got started over, but he was still Peter Parker. He didn't wake up a douche. He didn't wake up a jock. He didn't wake up. He was still at the core Peter Parker. Just certain aspects of his life changed, and I'm one of the few people that, I'm sorry, I liked One More Day because it opened up new stories. I liked seeing Peter Parker dating. I liked seeing him starting fresh. It worked.
Actually getting a job.
He got a job. Granted, some of One More Day fell apart.
Except I did like him when he was a teacher, though, back when JMS was writing.
That was, I
thought that
did
was
dig
really
that.
cool. I thought that was really cool.
But that was one thing I liked, like, to harken back to the scene in heaven, was it made his mom and dad so proud that you're a scientist. Oh, our boys, I was like, I love that. But it just...
Yeah, I think it was time for everything to start. Maybe this will be a thing where maybe they want to start totally over. Maybe this is leading up to something even bigger that they're thinking with Spider-Man.
It could be.
And it's just going to be another whole reboot, and who knows?
Then what might happen is I'll stop reading. I know plenty of people who work at comic book stores who read comic books that will say, hey, Mike, guess what? 2 issues. He's coming back. Dude, okay, I'm in. In between now and then, don't care. I'm going to use that extra $4 to buy that issue of whatever it is. Walking Dead that I've been putting off, you know. See, they got to understand, I know they want people to come in and buy comic books, but dudes, the economy is still not great. Mikey got a job and made money, but guess what? You know, I'm like most of America, where I still have to I can't just grab everything off the shelf like I used to. And guess what? Most Americans are like that. And when you give a comic book fan an out, it's like, well, crap, I can save $5 a week now. You know, give me a reason to want. Here's what it boils down to. Give me a reason to want to keep spending that $2, $3, $4 on that book. You took my reason away. I'm not going to buy your book. And remember, the opinions and views expressed here at Underground Video Network Behind the Counter are strictly ours. If you liked it, if you're watching this show,
please comment.
Please comment. Tell
Anywhere,
me why you liked it.
On our Facebook page, YouTube page, wherever.
Exactly.
Just send us an email, whatever.
It's 2013. We survived. Repay us by commenting more. We love you people, you know. So many times we go places. All 4 of you. Yay. You know who you are. You guys right there, and most of you are just listening to the episode while you're watching, you know, other videos, you know. But no, please, comment. You loved it? Man, let me know. Let me, not only just, don't just tell me you're wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why. I'm challenging all 4 of you that watch the show. Any of you like the book, tell me why you liked it. I need to know. I really don't know why people like it. This is the other thing that really gets me is, like I was saying earlier about One More Day, there was so much public outcry about why people didn't like this book. Oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. But yet, everything I've read, like on Dan Slott's Facebook page, Twitter, blog, I don't know who these people are, but they're bending over and not only taking it, they're kissing his butt human centipede style. It just, I don't get it. I'm sorry.
That's a nasty movie.
It is a nasty movie, and guess what, Dan? If you're going to put the idea of Aunt May and Peter Parker and human centipede, ha 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 ha, suck on those apples. But no, tell me why you didn't like it, because everything, I went through the blogospheres to find more people like me, and I don't know if it's an amazing editing job or some super PR where they are able to take. Man, I'm really
good. The art was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and the thing about it is though, we can't be the only ones. We're not. I've talked to countless people here at the comic book store who don't like it. Oh, where are you people in Ethernet? I don't get it. I can't see how. If you Googled One More Day bash. Hated it because of this, hated it because of that. But for some odd reason, how can you not like a character getting a second chance, but you like a character being killed? I don't get it. Please, Tell us. And not only that, if you hated it too, and I bet you did, we want to hear why. Because I love reading that stuff. It sucked. Because I have, real quick, I do have 2 bashes. See, some of you really do. Some of you really do listen to the Facebook, and you know, you talk to us and you let us know things. And I really do have to share these 2. I apologize. Ooh, that's not right. Finally, people, you know, have reached out to me and told me. And the first one, the first one comes from friend of the show, Justin Wasson. Love you. He at least put the pro of them being on number 700. Then emphasized that the 00 states the rating of the book. I gave him a virtual slow clap. I'm giving you a real slow clap. That was, I loved it. Another friend of the show, Jeff Smith. Hi, Jeff. Hope the kids are good. His comment was, "Ugh, what a crap in a hat that book was." Well said, my friend. Couldn't have said it better myself. That was, that's my summary right there. I'm just going to rip off Jeff. That book was a crap in a hat.